So today is gonna be something that I really want to just do randomly, or if I can. It's like the random thoughts, or I want to say things that I just want to say just comes out randomly. Of like, I don't know if they're going that far or too far. I mean, it's like random internal thoughts running through my head when it comes to certain things, and this is one of them. Um, I had a conversation with one of my neighbors, and her son wanted to do Sakuno from JJK. And from what she told me, she was like, "Yeah, no, he's acting a little aggressive," and I'm like, I'll talk to him and stuff like that." So I'll be honest here, I'm not trying to air out dirty laundry, but it's like being a being kind of like the like talking to someone about being a anime fan. It's kind of feels weird because like, well, for me, I just like don't try to get into conversation when it comes to people. I'm gonna be real here about like certain topics when it comes to anime because like, oh, and he was trying to do the makeup of Sukuna album. And I'm like, that makes sense. He is doing something new, but I'm like, but when I was doing or watching a lot of anime, um, I really didn't have that kind of choice. I'm like, whatever. I just kind of like grew up what I just what I did. I watched statues, bought manga. I watched a lot of anime, and I read a lot of manga to this day. But it's like since I don't have a lot of time to really stop, and today's my day off. I am posting this in August, so this is gonna be I want to say towards the second start of the week of the month. And I'm gonna be honest here, it's a little hard for me because I'm like, what am I doing wrong here? Because I feel like I'm doing something wrong here entirely, but I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. Does that make any sense? And I'll be here. I don't know if I am or not. But I think I'm just lost in thought because like a lot of stuff was flowing through my head. Is like working and then working. I go to my mom's job and then I help her out at her job so we get out. And then I'm saving money up to buy Devastator, which I am saving to buy Superion and the Devastator with 2 pack, which I have $40 right now, and they're both in 90 each. So I'm gonna probably each a check. I'm gonna save up so I could buy both parts at once, which is kind of crazy even for me. I'm like, why would I want to buy both of them when I'm gonna not really collect all, because at that point for Superion I still need to collect the other 5 parts for Superion, or the 4 parts, sorry, which should be the parts. Well, since Superion technically just wears them, he doesn't really use them as like armor bits. Well, I mean they're armor bits basically, but he doesn't really do like Devastator does, which is the one back there where he doesn't really transform. But in reality, it's kind of like it just sits on there. Where did it go bind? It just sit on the armor. Which it doesn't endoskeleton, which makes sense. Since but I don't own none of the parts of that character, which I will try to buy them because like, and from what I know, we are getting Bruticus too. However, we do have only one part of it, and we don't know what, and that's the only part we have right now. And since we're basically 8 months into this year, well, yeah, this whole year is just gonna be combiners, 2 combiners from what I know of, and I do have 2 parts of Devastator, which you did see the one back. Let me see there. There you go. But I don't know, man. It's like I just finished a third party RC, which is might be the Flame Toys Ferrari model kits. I do love it, but I'm gonna be honest here. When I do review it, whenever uh, this year or maybe next year, I'm gonna be honest here. One part I will talk about, which is kind of annoying to get down. If we're to the chest plates and that, well, the chest itself, it's hard to get down. Like you can't put it in properly because you need to use a fucking tool to get it in. It's a nightmare. But when they do release the actual RC, the Flamethrower one, I do have it pre-ordered on the Big Bad Toy Store. I just need to, buy it. But this one was like only like $25, and the material on it is just as good as the Flame Toys one. So it did take me last night to build it, or sorry, yesterday to build it, and then I finally painted it that night when I got off work. But I didn't fully paint it fully until today to get some parts done. I did a little more work on it than I really should have, but I'm gonna be honest here, I've already done more work on it than not more work. But I mean, for next month, I do only have 6 things right now. But if I can, I will try to buy 2 more things, or maybe buy, or try to look for more topics to really get into when I do this stuff. Because like I do have a lot of figures, yes, but at the same time, it's like model kit, transformer, model kit, transformer, model kit, transformer. But then it's like when it comes to the months like this, like September, especially for this video, when it comes out in September, there's supposed to be 9 videos out. This is technically the, I want to say, 8th video. I want to say. So technically, it would be a Gundam Transformer, non-transforming Transformer. Then it would be this video, and then it would be Gundam again, Transformer, another review of another franchise or another model kit, and then the picky review that comes out later that month, and then one more video that could be any topic, which I've made you a whole room review again because there is more stuff added to the collection. I just trying to get through it. I'm gonna be honest here. This video is a hodgepodge of what is fully flowing through my head because at that point, it's just a mess. I'm gonna be real here. It's just a mess flowing through my fucking skull of nonsense and sense. And I'm gonna be honest here, I've been up since like 7:40, I think. So everything you really think I'm just going through, I'm just so exhausted because like let's see, my work have been draining me. Plus, and after my job, I go to my mom's job, which is not that far from where I am. I sit there, wait for her, and then as soon as she is, it's like, hey, can you help me? So we get out. I'm like, okay, because Monday we got out at 12:30, and I'm almost 1. But then yesterday, Tuesday, we did get out at 11:30. What did help us out because we did get through it pretty easily. Because like we had a few other people, but it was just mainly me and like one other guy helping out, sweeping, mopping, doing whatever else. And then Friday, since I'm working night shift, I gotta since she's working a night shift too, I gotta help her out too. So I mean, I'm just kind of like helping out, doing jobs that I'm really not meant to really be there, really paid for. I'm being honest there, but I still do it because I still love it. And talking to some of the managers, really know most of them. Very very kind people actually. Um, they're very kind people. They really they do really appreciate me helping out because like if not they would be out at 12 or 12:30 in general. Listen, I'm there just waiting for her, and a lot of the bartenders they know me. They'll say, "Oh, he's here." They'll just tell my mom, "Oh, hey, he's here." It is just how it is. I mean, honestly, it just kind of crazy over it. It just like I do like that part where I mean, especially because at that point when I was living back in my old town, that did happen a lot because like I was well, that was like 10 years ago or something. Um, a lot of the time, a lot of the she would take me to work with her because like I mean, she was working like she did work at the KFC Taco Bell combo near the movie theater. Um, she worked at KFC, Dunkin' Donuts, and she worked a lot of multiple places. And a lot of the people who worked there did love me. And now that the KFC Taco Bell combo is not there anymore, and it's just the KFC now, and a lot of those KFC Taco Bell combos are gone. Or say it was a KFC and Long John Silver's together, which I loved because like that was something different. And then later on when we went into Lawrenceville, um, it was like we did see a Taco Bell and KFC combo. Maybe two of them, one in Buford and one in Lawrenceville. So, but then later on they transferred those into just being Taco or KFC or Taco Bell. But I'll be honest here. I am from a small town, and I'll be honest here. The small town that I really do live in, or was living in, has changed, and it's been more than 10 years. I think maybe like 10 or 15 years at this point. A lot already has changed in that area, and I'll be honest here, it has changed, and it's not. I mean, the only change that we did hate when they changed the when they changed up the Kroger. The Kroger that it was near the house, and later on, they moved it towards where the like the small mall is. Where at it. It was past Walmart, but nowadays that is near a. They added more to it to next to the Kroger. I can feel my chair. Sorry. They did add more to it in general. So they added Hobby Lobby, and then they also added Barnes and Noble, which made sense at that point because like it'd be easier to. But the Inglewood that was near the Goodwill did shut down years ago. And I'll be honest here, a lot has changed since then. New stuff was added, new roaster added. The movie theater, I know it's still there because before it was a movie theater. It was on top of the hill. And I'll be honest here, it was really cool to go to because when we used to go, it was so good. It felt amazing going to it. Over time, it kind of go, you know, but I still loved it no matter how much like we just tried to not stick with it as much. But I think over time, I just I don't know, man. My head is so filled with older memories of like of how things should be. If that makes any sense. Because it's like a lot of the things that I used to love back then are just either gone or just non-existent. They just vanished on me. And I'm gonna be honest here, it feels weird because like all that time you think you lived in that town is all is well, some of them are gone. Some of them are just nothing. And I'm gonna be honest here. I'm exhausted. Mentally, I'm so exhausted of everything because it's a little offhand for me to say this, but my head is just gone at this point. I think after a while, I've been burnt out from everything, from having so many of this, so much of that going flowing through my skull. Especially since a lot of times I have so many things just coming back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. They flood in, they flood out. X, Y, and Z floats in. X, Y, and Y flow out. Everything comes in and out. But I think I'm just so tired. Sleeping. When it's like 2 or 3 in the morning, and then breaking to sleep, and then waking up at 7 or 8 in the morning to get up, do do whatever in my office, go back and then just lay back in bed. I'm going to be honest here. It's like tiresome. Sometimes it is, But I'm being honest here. I'm just going through the motions of like you're flowing through life, but so tired sometimes. I'm be honest here. I think because of what I'm doing, not just for myself or anyone else, I really do think when I did get my nephew into model kits, I'm gonna be honest here, I wanted him to do something more. Have something like a hobby. But not that I got him into the hobby and I had spent money on him so far, buying stuff for him, buying markers, buying model kits for him, doing stuff for him. I'm grateful for him because he's a very good young man. But I think at times I don't understand a lot of things in all honesty here because at this point it just me just flowing. But he would because he would text me and or come to me like hey I got this model kit. What do you think you do with it? Because I remember he called me a few days ago, and he was like, "Hey, here's a picture of some of the weapons he painted." Because he showed me his bone beat. But he painted the hammer one. He showed some of the beam swords he painted. And I'm like the hilts. And I'm like, that's cool. That's really cool. And I'm be honest here, I'm really I'm thankful that he's trying something new, not just following the way I did things. Because me, I had to go straight forward and I look at the kids. I will look at the model kit and say, okay, let me get it the way it looks from the box, or what looks from the packaging. Or if I can find promo images, I would do that too, to make it look more accurate and make it look a little more decent. But I think that's the same. I think it's like I just stick with the flow window. I don't try to be so different, but I did add more details to it. But now that everything is kind of going in and out, it's kind of make me kind of wonder if there is a correct order enough for it. But I really do think I really do think I am doing my best for my family. But it's just it is just what it is. But one thing that always sticks in my head is a lot of the stuff that is still stuck in the earth, which you could say I wish it was gone. Um, the memories of my dad. I mean, he is still alive. I think. I mean, a few years ago, he was imported by ICE. But I'll be honest here, he does try to reconnect, but his reconnecting is I want to say messy. I think because like I I don't have the best childhood with them. I'm gonna be real here. he he really never did see me as his own son. But I'm gonna be honest here. I mean, after a while, a messy relationship does not really fix anything. Uh, I'm just sticking with what it is. And I'm be honest here, a lot of stuff that we argued about like didn't work so well. And I'm not saying that he's all wrong. I wasn't he was wrong, but for me, I was wrong too in certain situations. But I'm be honest here, I was a teenager at the time, so I mean there was like middle school, so I did go through things like that. I really do think it's like he did want to try, but he didn't do the best of trying. I'm be real. Because like he tried and tried, but this trying to sucked. And I'm be honest here. I mean, did I try anything? No, to really help him out. I mean, not really. I don't really try to do anything more than I have to. It's like I do the bare minimum. But I'm gonna be honest here. I mean, nothing goes right any way you look at it. I mean, nothing does. But I'm gonna be honest here. I think the worst part is when I was basically forced to live with them for like a whole year. Didn't work so well. I'm gonna be honest here. That did not work in the slightest. Um, it really did not work in the slightest. I mean, that was the entire middle school. Man, it did not work in the slightest, and it just sucked. It's just like nothing got right in the slightest. And I'll be honest here, it's kind of funny it didn't work. But I think after but I remember it was like I think in high school I think it was when he got arrested. Sorry, um, we had to visit him every I want to say like every like once a week for like I want to say like a few months. It was not fun because he would say, "Oh hey, how you doing? How's school? How's this?" I'm like, it's the same thing basically again and again. Nothing really changed in the slightest. I went through school, nothing changed. Nothing really came about how it worked out. I'm gonna be honest here. Nothing really did turn out to be the way I want it to be, but nothing turned out the way it had to be. But I just do think it's like I really do think nothing did turn out. But um, one thing I want to say that I really don't think really made it. I think one thing that really kind of made it funny because like my dad I think they did this back in like, middle school. He tried to connect with me by saying that oh yeah, you have a brother in Mexico. I'm like, cool. Not my problem though because I don't know him. He did try to say, "Oh yeah, you have a brother. I do love him. He's my son. He's 20." I'm like, cool. And I'm like, but you see him as a son, but here I am. You barely see me as a person. But I guess I am just like a tea bag, I guess. Sit there, take everything, and turn it into waste. But it's just like at that point, it's like it's. I want to say it's not funny, but funny. But I'm like, whatever, man, whatever. I want to say he has a. I want to say he has a new son. I want to say my half brother. I swear it's funny because I'm like, I sit there and he was like, he pretty much just like, oh, meet your little brother. I'm like, that's not my little brother. Trust me, Dad. That's your son. I'm not your son anymore. And I'm gonna be honest with you. He's like, oh yeah, I'm like, and he just tried to be like, oh, you wanna talk to him? I'm like, no, he's soy. I think that was like, I think he was like an infant. And I'm like, I think he never really tried me. He would call me occasionally on holidays or birthdays or saying, hey, how is how's your niece or how's your nephew or how's your sister, everything in between of trying to say that, oh, well, how's everyone around you but for you, oh, but I just like, I don't know, man. It doesn't matter what I think anymore because I don't assist to you. I stop assisting to you because I don't do the things you like. But it's like I just don't know because that means that's like I'm stuck in the middle of a gap. Because technically I can get on bank legally here. I'm the only one. Because technically I am his, well, blood. So, but I'm I never would help him. And he said that he wanted to change, but I don't see it changing him anyways. I don't think he ever will change. And I'm like, I'm old enough to say, even if we do, I guess that's still shut down chance. I'm gonna be honest here. It's a chance of being shut down anyway because even I mean the fees of it is gonna be like thousands of dollars being wasted, and they may say, yeah, no, even though you try it, that means nothing to the system. But it's like his words mean practically everything and nothing because like his actions have so much immoral actions. I'm like, everything you've done has been so wrong, and I'm like, at that point, thank God I've been staying with mom for most of, well, with her, staying with her, you know. But it's like nothing really is going to change until it happens, and he hasn't called me in months. And no, last time he did was I think it was my nephew's birthday. I think it was. I'm not sure anymore. But other than that, that's one time he last time he already called me, and I don't think nothing will change, and I'm happy for it won't change. It's just it's this whole video just it's just everything in my head stuck in there, and if I put it in a format in a video, it just like comes out being a mess. And to be honest here, it's a whole mess of like thinking about Transformers, to new reviews, and how my schedule works to myself. It really is just a hodgepodge of everything. I am, and I'm be honest here, I really do hate myself, and I do just don't see myself as anything else. And I'm be honest here, I'm not a likable person. I'll be right here. I'm not likable. I do see why some people don't like me, but I I really do try with a lot of people and say I am trying. Even though I'm not the best at trying, I am trying. I'm not saying okay, I'm gonna turn my back on you, go kick rocks. I try to make amends with certain relationships, but I don't think I can. I don't think it's easy to. Um, that's okay. I don't really want to have that kind of relationship mend again. It's like at that point, I already burned up bridges in my life. I already burned up bridges with old friends from my old town to people in high school. And I am not a good person. I'm gonna be honest here. Everything I have said to people is not the best. How I call people certain things, I have. But I just think it's like, as soon as you say something and it backfires on you, how do you technically apologize for something you said, but you don't really mean the apology? It's like I have said certain things where I felt like I gone too little far, but in reality, I think we have all said stuff like that. Over you gone too far, I gone too far, but I think I just say things that are too honest about myself and who I am. But that's just who I am as a person. I'm an honest person, but the honesty that I have is it's not the best because it's like I just can't say certain things out loud. It's like if I want to call you something that I would, but I would, but I'm just not feeling it to call someone stupider than a stone. Well, I so do. I just don't hold back, and I try to hold back every time. And the reason why I kind of started the hobby of doing Gundam and Transformers is like seeing Transformers again. It kind of made me open up my eyes and say, okay, I stopped buying them years ago, but I think I'm finally getting into them, and my collection has gotten bigger. Some of the Gundams, it's been over 100 kits. I supposed to 150, 140 that are built. A third party, official, other brands, other companies, stuff like that. It's like how it is, I think. But I don't try to make excuses for my actions. As I just, mm, I don't think I will. I'm the honest. I don't think I'm very redeemable for a lot of the stuff I have done. But I want to say, am I sorry sometimes? I mean, yeah, I had to be. I don't have to be saying I'm not sorry for my actions. No, I clearly am. Some of my actions are like, I can't take that back, even though I've done it and I push people back for that reason. And it is a conundrum of how much do I want to push that, and I don't want to do any more stupid stuff, but I still do. It's a little frustrating because like I want to have that kind of good change, but I can't have that good change anymore, and it it is something that I don't know what to do anymore. I don't know. This whole video is just a whole mess, but I'm be honest with you, it's just a mess that kind of bogs my mind up. But I'm gonna be out for today.